So you don't have to grade it, well, everything at the last moment. What is number one? Upcoming. Upcoming. All right, any question? No? Great. All right, we continue with the next on the next page of your student's book on page 46, and it's about vocabulary and, well, yeah, vocabulary. It's all about vocabulary. Okay, I don't have the question, the answers for this crossword, and I put 45. It's 46. Okay. All right. On the first part, we have these four. Here I include voyage, but on the first section, we have 4 words. We have tour, journey, trip, and travel. Okay. Does anyone can anyone tell me well, the meaning? Well, do you know the meaning of these words? Any? Have you heard them before?
Yes, teacher.
Yes? All right. Do you see any difference between these words? Can you see any difference? We're going to see all the difference, don't worry about it. Can you see a difference between these words? Like a journey will be different from a trip and a travel, or maybe and maybe different from a voyage. Do you see it?
I think maybe the difference is on the duration.
Okay, yeah. Some of these well, differentiate from each other from the duration of the well, trip, but we also have some other differences. Okay, for example, uh, we have these sentences. Take a look at these sentences. We have, I took a long trip to California last year. I bought this souvenir on my trip to California. I hope to take a journey across America by car someday. 10-day, I forgot how it was pronounced, that word. It's a kind of a spiritual journey. I have a friend who travels abroad a lot for work. I'm going on a tour of Japan. The cheap voyage is over. Okay, I'll go back to this one. Okay, on the first part we have a tour. Remember the sentence that it says like going on a tour to Japan, and well, this first it will be some sort of a journey, but we have it. Well, people do it for pleasure, and it's usually several places that are visited by these people. Okay, so first one, it's for pleasure, and you go to different places. Okay, while journey in this case it's the act of going from one place to another, and we have two different types of journeys. Okay, we have one that says, well, not says that. Implies that you go somewhere, well, you travel to somewhere, and it will take a lot of time. And also you can also take a trip, but not in the physical sense. You can, I don't know if you have heard it before. It's like journeys of self-discovery or something like that. And it's not a physical, well, travel physically to that place, but more like like a journey within a to know yourself or something like that. But it's not in the physical world. All right. So the first one, a journey for pleasure to several places. The second one, journey, uh, a trip that takes a lot of time. We don't know how much time, but it takes a lot. And also, it can be a spiritual or something like that. A trip that it's not that doesn't take place in the physical world. Okay. Then we have trip, and we get this a trip. It's more like the act of going to another place and also returning to the place where you where you depart on where you depart on the first place. Okay, so trip will be like going and returning. Then we have travel that similar, a little similar to this to journey, but you go to another place. But in this case, you are referring to a place that it is really far away. Okay, travel will be like going from Mexico to, I don't know, to Canada, or maybe to Japan, or maybe to China. If you travel to that place, if you don't go, well, I don't think it's common for people to say like I'm going to for a trip to Japan, like that's not common, and it sounds weird. Okay, and finally we have voyage that also has this this connotation like travel, but it's more referring like a long journey, similar to journey, but in this case, a voyage, it's referring to a journey. I'm not sure if you see this last sentence. We have the ship's voyage is over. In the case of voyage, we are well, the word is referring to a journey, but by sea or on the space. Okay, so do you see the difference between these words? Any question? It's perfectly clear. All right, very good. But we're going to do now. It's you will answer this first part. You will have 5 minutes to answer this a small part. It's really simple. If you finish early, let me know so we can answer it really fast and quickly. Okay. Uh, and also, I forgot to tell you, but I was testing the recording program, but it wasn't recording the my microphone. So the recordings I had, they didn't serve much purpose. So I'm testing this new one. So hopefully we can now have the recording for the of the lesson. Okay. So I'll give you 5 minutes and let me know if you have any questions. Okay.
What page, teacher? Sorry.
All right. Page 45, 45, 46. Sorry, I made a mistake there.
Okay,
It's 46 and it's the first part. Okay. This just this part.
okay, thank you.
The first four. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. If you have any other questions, please let me know.
Profe,
Yes.
lo voy a hablar en español. Me voy a mover a la UAC y me voy a
Ajá.
desconectar unos minutos en lo que tomo el camión y luego vuelvo a conectar con datos.
Ok, no te preocupes. All right, are you ready? Okay, very good, Brenda. What about everyone else? Yes, Arturo as well. Very
Yes.
good. Kevin as well.
Yes.
All right. Americus also has finished. And Martin Eduardo as well. Okay. Kevin, can you answer number 1?
Okay. My father always tells me that journey broadens the mind.
Yeah. Probably you got well, my explanation got you a little confused. In this case, it's referring more like how do I say it? Like traveling to another place, maybe far away, it broadens the mind. So it would be in this case traveling, like the action of going from to visit another place, maybe another culture. For example, if you put like also the structure of the sentence doesn't allow to to put just a journey. For example, my father always tells me that maybe making a journey in this case broadens the mind can also fit, but you have to put this making a journey. Okay, so because we only have to use one well, the words that we have there, traveling makes more sense. Okay. All right. Any question?
No.
No? Okay, perfect. All right, Maricruz, can you answer the next one?
I put journey.
On It's a 5-hour journey, right? Again, in this case, well, time is also relative, so you can think that, yeah, it's trip in this case. Pay attention that it's something that it's probably not that nearby, but it's like going there and getting back to your house. Okay, like, yeah, taking a little trip, some like a journey, but really uh, like smaller in this sense of space. Okay, so yeah, in this case it will be trip. We'll go to the next one. Thank you, Maricruz. Martin, can you answer the next one? Number 3.
Yes. I think tour.
Yeah, this one is really simple. We're planning on taking a guided tour of Paris when we go there. Tour referring like we're going to different places, not just one specific one. Very good. And finally, Ramiro, I think his internet was glitching. So, Arturo, can you answer number 4? Yeah, this one it's the last one, and it's journey. Okay, my friends and I went on a journey to Miami last weekend. We deserved a rest after our exams. Okay, journey like they took the whole weekend. It's also implied that they got back, but probably it was well, the distance was a little larger than this trip to Madrid. All right, very good. We go to the next part. Here we only have two different words. Well, actually three, because in this next part we have voyage, excursion, and expedition. can anyone tell me the difference between these two, or just make a guess? You can. The idea is for you to just to make a guess if you don't know the words. Anyone?
Expedición es como para descubrir, explorar. Y la excursión es como más familiar, no sé.
Yeah, it's something like that. Excursion, well, expedition in this case, it has this meaning like a journey taken by a group of people with a particular purpose. Expedition, you may see it like I think I had something here. Yeah. For example, in the past 10 years, there had been 6 research expeditions to that area. So I noticed that it has a purpose, that it takes much more time in this case. The team of researchers is organizing a research expedition into the heart of the Sahara Desert. And notice that I just put these two of science because it's easier to make this contrast. And the teacher announced that their excursion would be called off if they didn't behave well. Like these excursions, like going. I'm not sure if you maybe in high school when you were finishing the semester, you had this excursion at the end of the semester, maybe to another place, like I don't know, yeah, to another place just to have fun, or maybe going to excursion to a museum, or I don't know what else, but you get more or less the idea. Like, yeah, more like familiar, more this school setting, like smaller expedition. It has a purpose, but it's on a small scale. Okay, some of us are going on an excursion to the beach this weekend. Why don't you join us? Okay, excursion like. We are just going to the beach to have a little fun, and then maybe we will come back. Expedition, it has this whole purpose, like to research uh, the animals there, maybe the plants and all that. So do you see the difference between these two? Maybe I'm just making confusing you more. But do you see the difference?
Yeah, the chair is very clear.
Very clear? Perfect. All right, we continue to this next part. Remember, we have voyage, excursion, and expedition. Voyage, remember, it's this trip, but you make it like by sea or by space. Excursion, this recreational well, trips in this case. And expedition are like these journeys that have a meaning, like for research or maybe for something else. Okay, so I'm going to give you on this one 3 minutes to answer this. If you finish earlier, please let me know so we can continue. Okay, any question? All right.
I finished, teacher.
Very good. What about everyone else? Have you finished?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it's really, really simple. Okay. So, Arturo, Brenda, can you answer in number 5? Yeah, voyage across the Atlantic Ocean used to last for weeks. Okay, very good. We have this hint of across the Atlantic Ocean. Very good. Carlos Alberto, can you answer number 6?
Yeah, the purpose of the expedition was for the scientists to explore Antarctica.
Perfect. All right. Thank you. Daniel, can you answer number 7?
Yes, teacher. My son's class is going on an excursion to the aquarium tomorrow.
Very good. Great. As you see, these words have a similar meaning. So just pay attention to the difference, so you don't get confused when you see. You may see them on the test. All right. Then we go to this next set of words. These are well, more simple than the others. We have the hotel, the hostel, the resort, and the suite. Okay. The Well, these are really, really words that you are probably familiar with. Suite referring to a room on a hotel or maybe a resort. The hostel being a cheaper option of the hotel where you share a room with other people, and a resort it's some type of hotel, but they differentiate between each other from the size. Okay, the hotel it's in comparison it's smaller than a resort, and also the resort has different activities like I don't know. It has more activities to do than the hotel. Okay, these are really really simple words. You don't have to do. We don't have to do much explanation and see sentences to differentiate these type of words. Okay, I'm going to give you again 3 minutes to answer this. It's really really simple, uh, and we will check them in 3 minutes. Okay. All right, have you finished?
Yes, teacher.
Yes? All right. What about everyone else? Have you finished?
Yes.
Yes? Perfect. All right. Ivanova, can you answer number, number 8?
Resort.
Resort? Yeah, ski resort. We went to a ski resort and spent the whole weekend on the slopes. Very good. Uh, Gabriel Callejas, can you answer number 9?
Yes. You hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
The famous writer stayed in a luxurious suite at the Hilton.
Yeah, suite. Suite referring to this type of room in the hotel. Very good. Thank you. Gabriel Rojo, can you answer the next one? Number 10?
We should stay at the youth hostel. It will cost us less.
Yeah, the hostel, it's this place where you share rooms, and it's usually cheaper. Very good. Karina, can you answer number 11?
Okay.
Hotel? Very good. Yeah. Uh, really, really simple. Very good. All right. Then we go to the next set of words. We already saw uh, these words on the last class. We saw them on the reading, some of this. I think we saw the cottage and the caravan, but not the cabin. So, can anyone tell me, just by looking on the pictures, the difference between these three words?
I have problems with identifying cottage.
Okay, all right. As you notice, the caravan is this type of vehicle that where you can live and also travel. So I think you don't have a confusion there. Then we have cottage that it's referring to this. It's a house built in uh, usually near a body of water. It can be a lake or maybe yeah, usually a lake, maybe a river, but it's usually a lake. While the cabin is, it's also referring to this to some sort of uh, well type of house, but made of wood. And usually, it is built on the woods. To be a little redundant. All right. So on the first one, you have some sort of a car where you can live and also you can travel. Then a cottage is it's this house where you that's usually nearby a body of water, and cabin it's this some sort of a house that it is built in on the woods, and it's made of wood. All right. Any question? It's simple, right? All right. Then we go to the next to this next exercise, and also really quickly, I'll give you for this 2 minutes to answer this next part, and then we will continue. Okay? Any question? No, perfect. All right. Then I'll hear your answers in 2 minutes. right? Have you finished?
Yes.
Yes, all right. What about everyone else? Have you finished?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, okay, perfect. All right, very good. Also, Brenda, remember to put the ed at the on the finish. So, all right. Very good. I think we were. Kevin, can you answer number 11?
11 or 12.
12, sorry.
A caravan is a very convenient because you can go wherever you like and you don't have to spend time looking for accommodation.
Very good, Caravan. Very good. Thank you, Kevin. Martin, can you answer the next one?
Yes, teacher. Cottage?
Yeah, very good. Remember that the cabin is usually made of wood, so you don't have a cabin made of brick. Also, an important difference. Ramiro, can you answer the next one? 14. Cabin. Very good. I told you that it was only the woods, but it's referring that more like this isolated location that can also be the mountains, okay? So just so you can remember. All right, we go to the next part, and on this next part we don't have nouns, we have verbs. So we're only going to check, well, review some of these verbs, not all of them, just some that may cause you some trouble. Okay, we have arrive, get, reach, come, approach, and appear. Okay, we are not going to check appear. I think that's the only one we are not going to review. Okay, we go to these verbs. Okay, we have the first one, and well, we have some that are really similar, like arrive, get, and reach. These three are well, may be a little confusing. Okay, arrive referring to get to some to a place. Okay, you may only use in, on, or at, but never use to with this arrive. Okay, we have some examples. For example, we need to arrive at the train station by 8 a.m. The train, our train leaves at 8:15. Okay, we arrive home in time for dinner. Okay, in this case we don't have a preposition, just arrive home. Okay, some collocations like this exist, but pay attention. Okay, when you travel to a big place, use in instead. And we have Jenny arrived in London in May, just in time for the good weather. Okay, then if you are talking about dates, use on. We will be arriving on Friday evening. Sorry. We also have with on another use. For example, you may have heard this like the police arrived on the scene uh, right away or something like that. And you have seen like it will be more like a place, but we also use on. Just pay attention to the prepositions, and also remember never to use to with this arrive. You probably will hear arrive to but it's usually incorrect. So just pay attention to that. All right, we will continue to the next one, and we have a reach. Reach referring to arrive to a place, but which give us this connotation, well, this, not connotation, denoting difficulty, okay? Like you arrive to this place, but with some sort of difficulty. For example, there was strong current, so it was difficult to reach the shore. Okay, so reach referring to that, giving us this sense of difficulty, all right? Then we have a get to, and again, same as reach, it denotes a difficulty, usually referring to a physical distance, okay? We got to a point in time where we had to make a decision, okay? Also, pay attention that that in this case with reach, for example, if you say how do I get to the police station, you are referring how do you get from where you are to the police station. But if, for example, you say how can I reach the police station, you get this sense of reach, for example, reach in the sense, do you have the phone where I can reach, in the case like contact the people in the police station? Notice this difference. Get to referring to reach in the physical sense, and reach can also have this meaning of contact other people, all right? Any questions so far?
No, teacher.
No? All right. Before we continue, again, the call is about to expire. So what we're going to do, it's as usual, I end the call and you rejoin right away. Okay? All right. Then I'll hear you in a moment. just so you remember and pay attention to that. For example, my brother is coming with us to the beach, referring like the brother is coming, well, accompanying us. All right. So notice how the preposition changes. All right. Pay attention to the preposition because usually if the preposition changes, the meaning also will change. All right. Any question about this? No? All right. Then I will give you 5 minutes to answer this little exercise. It's really, really simple. And if you have any questions, please let me know. All right? Have you finished?
Not yet.
Yes, teacher.
Have you finished? Very good. And 1 more minute and then we will answer this really, really quickly. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Very good. Ramiro, Arturo, can you answer number 15? All right. Brenda, number 15. Yeah, appear. Very good. Great. Carlos Alberto, can you answer the next one, number 16?
Yeah. Who's coming with us to the beach?
Very good. Yeah, coming with us. We saw an example similar to this sentence. Very good. Daniel, can you answer the next one, number 17?
Yes, teacher. We arrived at the airport late and missed our flight.
Yeah, very good. Arrived at the airport. Very good. Thank you. Ivanova, can you answer the next one, number 18?
Yes, teacher. Come.
Come. Okay. Pay attention to the next.
No, yeah, it's over there.
Pay attention to the preposition after.
I don't know.
Does anyone else
How
have
can
it?
I reach?
Rich. All right. Remember that we saw this rich. Right. Does everyone else have rich as well?
I have other teacher.
Can you tell me?
I
Or tell
have
us?
approach.
Approach. Okay. All right. Get. Yeah. In this case, pay attention to the preposition. Thank you, Brenda. We have how can I reach to the travel agents from here? All right. If you have reach, how can I reach to the travel agent from here? So because of the two, it doesn't make much sense. And also we saw this get in the sense of getting from point A to B, and which it gets will have this other sense of like contact. All right, and Gabriel, can you answer the next one? Gabriel Callejas, can you answer the next one? Number 19.
Now, I don't know. Well, I think it's approaching this.
Yeah. As the boys were approaching the forest, they noticed a path leading to the river. All right. Very good. Gabriel Rojo, can you answer the next one?
Yeah, it's reach. Carl didn't reach the campsite.
Yeah, remember that he didn't do it. It was too difficult because he was exhausted. Remember that Rich has this sense of difficulty. Very good. Any question about this? I think you all got a little confused with this get to and reach. So probably we will need to review it on a later date. Okay. Any question? No, all right. Then we will continue to the next part. And I didn't expect for us to take so long to answer this, but hopefully you all have this vocabulary. Well, maybe not master, but maybe a little more. You are more familiar with this vocabulary. On this, I will not ask you to answer this part. We will answer them together. And we will look at well, each sentence and the meaning of each word. Okay, we have during rush hour, traffic can be very busy in a bustling city. Right, bustling referring to this this place full of activity where well, like busy, but referring like it's always active in this sense. So in this case, we will have a letter E that will be very busy, full of people, activity, and noise. Okay, so get the sense of the activity in this city doesn't well, never ends, and during this particular hour it gets even worse. All right, then we have on the second, on number 2, we have I prefer to visit the islands that don't get many tourists in order to enjoy the natural unspoiled beauty of the beaches. Okay, so unspoiled referring like these places where maybe industrialization, you don't see many constructions, many houses nearby. So these places like that haven't been touched by humans yet. All right. So it will be letter B. Beautiful because it hasn't been changed or ruined by people. Then we go to number 3, and I enjoy taking the train and admiring the scenic views of the landscape whenever I go to the countryside. Okay, Scen I am pronouncing it correctly, scenic, uh, referring to this impressive or maybe beautiful view of something. Okay, so it will be a letter C, having beautiful natural features. Okay, something really impressive in this sense. Then on the next one we have New York is one of the top cosmopolitan destination in the world, since people from all over the world live there. All right, cosmopolitan referring to this well, sense of containing. New York contains a lot of people from different places, so it can be considered cosmopolitan. Right? So it will be letter F, including many people, languages, and cultures from around the world. So it's letter F. All right, then we go to number 5, and we have for my holidays, I prefer the calmness of a tranquil village. Right, tranquil referring to this calm place, uh, free from disturbance. So it would be letter G, uh, quiet and peaceful, right? Then we have many industrial cities face serious environmental problems, and industrial referring, well, characterized by industry. Really self-explanatory. Letter D, having a lot of industries and factories, right? And finally, the picturesque village had many cobblestone streets to go for a stroll on. All right. So in this case, a picturesque like it's visually attractive. You see that it's a beautiful place. In this case, village. All right. So the last one, letter A, attractive. Sorry, especially in an old-fashioned way. All right. Any question about this part?
No.
No? Great. Yeah, it's really simple. Uh, Finally, to finish the class, we're going to answer, well, we're going to the workbook. On page 29, you're going to answer exercise A and exercise B. I will give you 10 minutes to answer these two exercises, and then we will check them, and then we will finish the class. All right? Any question? No? All right. Then I'll hear you in 10 minutes. If you have any questions, remember that you can ask at any time. Right? Have you finished?
Yes.
Yes. All right. What about everyone else?
Me too, teacher.
All right.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. What about everyone else? Have you finished? All right. We're going to start checking this. All right. Karina, can you answer number 1?
Yes, please. Tranquil.
Tranquil. Very good. Kevin, number 2.
Bustling cities.
Bustling cities. Very good. Ramiro, number 3. In this case, it will be calmness, referring the peace of nature, more like patience, referring well, I don't know. I don't know how it can be with patience, but in this case, calmness referring to the peace of nature. Right? Arturo, can you answer number 4? Yes. All right. Unspoiled. Yes. Just be careful with that. Why? All right. Very good. Number 5, Brenda. Cobblestone. Okay. Pay attention, or waking up to the sound of birds early in the morning and then having breakfast in a spot where you can gaze at the cobblestone, referring we saw it in the last exercise, and it's one translation will be like adoquín. So probably you don't want to stare or gaze to a view of just a cobblestone. So in this case, it makes more sense scenic, referring to these beautiful views. Okay. All right. Very good. Carlos Alberto, can you answer number 6?
I think it is landscape.
Yeah, very good. Admiring the landscape of a place, like the whole thing. Very good. Daniel, can you answer number 7?
Maybe a stretch. A
Stretch.
stretch.
Well, in this case, I don't think you can. You will hear stretch their mind or your mind. It's more common to say like broad your mind or their mind or whatever, like expande tu mente, more than estira tu mente. Okay, stretch will be like estira and broaden like expand. All right. All right, very good. Then we will go to the next one, to the next exercise. Do you have any questions before we go to exercise B?
No.
No, perfect. Very good. Then we will answer this really, really quickly. Ivanova, can you answer number 1?
Letter D, trip.
Yeah, very good. A short trip to Cambridge this weekend. Very good. Gabriel Callejas, can you answer number 2?
Letter B, excursion.
Excursion. Very good. Thank you. Gabriel Rojo, number 3.
Letter B, cottage.
Very good. Great. Karina, number 4.
Hostel.
Hostel. Very good. Kevin, number 5.
Arrive.
Arrive. Okay. In this case,
Or reach.
Rich, yeah, Rich will make a little more sense in this case. The pilot announced that we will, if you put arrive, you will have to put arrived to our destination. If you use reach, you don't have to put this preposition to. Okay, just pay
Okay.
attention to the prepositions. Very good. I think my group doesn't have it. So, Martin, can you answer number 6?
Let's go.
All right. Again, we didn't see this particular construction on the examples, but let's go scroll to the on the beach. In this case, to use go, again, pay attention to the prepositions. You have to use go for a stroll on the beach, right? You can use go, but you have to add this for. So in this case, with the words that we have here, it's let's take a stroll on the beach, right? Take doesn't have to, doesn't need this preposition to make the construction just right. Go requires this for to make to be grammatically correct. All right, Ramiro, number 7.
Teacher, sorry.
Yes,
What does stroll means?
a stroll like como caminata, como ir a caminar.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right, all right. Ramiro, can you answer number 7? Oliver avoids driving into the city during rush time. In this case, usually use in this case hour referring to a specific hour of the day, not just we don't say time, rush time. Okay, we usually use hour, so it will be letter C. All right, and number 8, Arturo. Okay, I think he's not here. So I will answer this one. Fiona at the station late, so she missed the train. So in this case, we have a right, letter A. Right? Any questions before we finish? All right. Hopefully it is well. This part is really clear. So you don't get confused on the test. Right. Before we go, I will take attendance really quickly. I will stop sharing my screen. And all right, Anaya Morales Martín Eduardo.
Here, teacher.
Perfect. Callejas Paz Gabriel.
Here, teacher.
Very good. Carlos Alberto Chávez Salinas.
Here.
Perfect. González García Maricruz. I think she was here. Okay. Are you feeling better? All right. Maricruz. Chávez Vicente Ramiro. Perfect. Very good. Lozada Granados Karina.
Here.
Great. Orozco Arredondo Daniel.
Here, teacher.
Perfect. Ponce Guerrero Kevin.
Here.
Great. Ramos Juárez Ulises Alejandro. I think he wasn't here. Rangel Nieves Chivo Eduardo. I think he didn't come back. Paul, hopefully you're feeling a little better, right? I think he didn't come back. Rico Lopez Fernando Ivanova.
Here, teacher.
Very good. Rojo Moreno Gabriel.
Here, teacher.
Salinas Hernández Brenda. I think she's here. Photos in the chat. Very good. And Saucillo Castillo Arturo. Okay, perfect. Very good. Any questions before we go? No, great. Before we go, I remember that on Monday Kevin asked for the list of activities we have done on the TOEFL workbook, and well, here there are. We haven't done much on the TOEFL workbook. We did this negative words on page 8, grammar part 1, from page 168 to page 173. We did this grammar part 2 diagnostic test on page 184. We haven't checked this one, so we will check it most likely next class. Then, well, there you have all the activities we have done so far. So, do you need me to upload this file to the Google Classroom, or with this is just well, it's enough?
I think it is enough.
Enough. Perfect. Very good. All right. So we don't have class on Monday, if I remember correctly. So I'll see you on. Before we go. Ninguno de ustedes tiene duda respecto a su examen, ¿verdad?
No.
¿No? Ok. Les pregunto porque sí me siento un poco culpable de no haberles dado una hora específica para ir a consultarlo de su, bueno, hacer una revisión de examen. Pero si tienen alguna duda, quizá pues, les va a dar un poquito de flojera, pero voy a estar el día de mañana de 9 a 10 en la UAC. Ahí me pueden encontrar y si tienen alguna duda, pues las resolvemos de 9 a 10 en cualquier, pues, en cualquier momento. ¿Okay? Y pues, ya sin nada más, y para no quitarles más tiempo, pues les deseo un excelente fin de semana y los vería entonces el miércoles.
Teacher, yo tengo
Yes.
una duda.
Dime.
¿Está bien si estamos contestando el libro en PDF o tiene que ser obligatoriamente con ponerlo en físico?
No, lo pueden contestar como quieran. Si lo tienen en PDF, lo suben en PDF, únicamente recuerden calificarlo y con eso está bien.
Vale, gracias.
Sí, ok. Entonces cuídense y los vería entonces el miércoles.
Sí, profe, gracias. Hasta luego.
Cuídense.
Nos vemos, profe.
Gracias.